Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Dad's Turn to Talk. I am your moderator tonight, Josh, and I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button and to like our channel. And also don't forget, we do timestamp our video. So if you want to get to a certain part fast, feel free to do so. Tonight, I am joined by my two buddies. First, let's talk about good old Derek. How are you doing today, sir?
You know, one of these days you'll actually get how to do this intro. I know you will.
What was wrong with that? It was straightforward and to the point.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think McFly, think.
This is ridiculous why I don't get this chance. This is discrimination.
You bunch of losers!
God.
That's the fastest we've ever unleashed Beetlejuice on our show.
I know, 10 seconds into the show.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. How you doing?
Oh, doing good. Can't complain. Let's see. There's not much doing here. My children are rodeo clowns, but that's to be expected. Other than that, all good.
Nice. And Bob, how are you doing today?
Doing all right. You know, eventually you'll get that intro down. I mean,
Copy Derek. You know you like to copy people. You've seen it firsthand.
no, it's just that great minds think alike.
No,
That's what it is.
that you know how to copy people. That's why.
Really? Coming from you?
Yeah.
I don't
See,
copy
here's the thing. We have video evidence of you doing it.
It's
And then
been
trying
erased.
to take credit for it.
It's been erased.
No, it's not.
It's not.
We got a year and a half worth of videos for it.
Are you like this with your other podcasts, like the one you do on Monday? Are you like this to
No,
them?
because
or
you
no?
keep walking into it.
I haven't walked into one thing.
Jeez, man.
Okay,
Sitting there
yes, you have. And
pretending like
even if
you
you
don't do
have, you will.
This is so stupid.
See, Josh, that's that number one movie that you didn't put on your list.
Oh my God. Good God.
The one with the
No, but I'm
bullet.
doing all right, man. Can't complain. Let's have some fun tonight.
All right, let's have some fun. All right, let's get started with our first topic. And yes, you do not have to pinch us. This is not a dream. Finally, for the first time since 1987, we are finally getting a sequel to one of the best movies, Spaceballs. Mel Brooks announced just last week that he has decided to finally do Spaceballs, and he is getting, oh my God, Rick Moranis back. And all the original cast, I believe, as well, right? Most of them. I don't know. Daphne Zuniga coming in, or do we not know that
We'll
yet?
get into that in a moment. Do you want to watch the announcement trailer or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
It's awesome.
All right, you guys see it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
After 40 years, we asked, what do the fans want? But instead, we're making this movie. May the Schwartz be with you.
All right, Derek, that answers our question. It is going to be in theaters.
Yep, it does.
God bless Mel Brooks. He's going to be, God, when it releases, what, 100 or 101? Oh my God.
Doesn't matter. I'll always love Mel Brooks.
Oh my God, I can't wait. So anyway, why don't we go around and see what we all think about all of this? Bubbo, why don't we start with you tonight?
Well, I'm excited about this, of course. And to answer your question about some of the cast, I'm looking over here at this article on MovieWeb, and it's talking about some of the cast members that are expected back. Bill Pullman's supposed to be back as Lone Star. We're looking at, of course, Mel Brooks coming back as Yogurt. It doesn't say anything about President Strube, but I'm assuming he's going to be back. Let's see. Rick Moranis is supposed to be back as for the role of Dark Helmet, which would be great because he has been in retirement for quite some time, and the fact that he's going to come back for Spaceballs, I think, is pretty awesome.
Yep.
It does say Daphne Zuniga will be back as Princess Vespa.
Cool.
There's no word on Prince Valium. Of course, we did lose John Candy, Joan Rivers, Dom DeLuise, so none of those characters will be back. There is the talk about Lewis Pullman joining the cast.
Yeah, I saw
Bill
that.
Pullman's son. So that could be kind of interesting. Let's see. And then there was one other I saw who was joining the cast. Kiki Palmer was joining the cast as well. So
wait a minute, is Josh Gad in it? Or is he directing?
yeah. Supposedly Josh Gad is going to have a role in the film, but it doesn't say what he's going to be doing exactly. So
I mean,
yeah.
maybe it'll be John Candy's character.
I don't know. I have a feeling they're just not going to have Barf in it unless they have like Barf Jr. or something like that.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. All right. Derek, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, obviously, yes, I am excited for it. I do hope that it has. This is what I'm worried about with it. I don't think it's going to have the same flair as the last one did, and that's for multiple reasons.
Okay.
One, nobody's. I was talking with Josh about this. Nobody's going to know who Rick Moranis is other than us. That's it. Do you know what his last movie was?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Nope.
My Blue Heaven?
Nope.
I have no idea.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It was one of the Honey, I Shrunk
okay.
Kids
It
movies.
was in 1997.
That's crazy. Over
Okay.
25 years ago. Wow.
It's almost 30.
Wow.
So,
Jeez.
I hope that people still have the same flair for this type of humor too, with Mel Brooks, because God, back in our day, he would put anything on to be funny.
Oh,
But
he was
I
so
don't.
good.
I mean, I don't know if this kind of humor is going to work in today's audience. I will enjoy it. I will laugh. But do you think like a 28-year-old will be like, why do people think this is funny?
I mean,
feel like what's
go
that?
ahead. No, go ahead.
I feel like it's going to be Blaine. Shout out Blaine. Remember Blaine's response when he saw Airplane?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot like that this time. I think it's going to be half the crowd.
Okay, just to kind of piggyback off what you said, Derek,
Mm-hmm.
I just checked out the Rotten Tomatoes score for History of the World Part 2,
Right.
a more recent Mel Brooks film, just so we can kind of get an idea of maybe what a modern audience might think of his type of humor.
Sure.
And the critic score was 75%, but the audience score is sitting at 34%.
Wow.
I'm wondering what it's at on Critic List. If
You know, I never finished it, believe it or not. I watched some of it. Did you finish it, Bob?
I never started it, man.
Well, I thought you had started. Did you see it, Derek?
I saw the first one.
Very. It was a long time ago.
No, the second one.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at a critic list, and there's actually only 2 people who reviewed it, which means not a lot of people watched it. Both of them gave it 0s.
Okay, they don't know what they're doing.
Well, no,
Josh, I'm just saying that if we're looking at 2 different review sites and they're not doing it well or giving it good marks, maybe that's what a modern audience is going to think of this.
However,
keep in mind, like Derek said, we all responded to it because of the type of humor that it was. That's what was hilarious back in those days. Plus, you look at the movies that they spoofed; it worked really well. What are they going to spoof now? The Star Wars sequels?
I'll say this: on my TV, we get a lot of different movies that come out, and there's stuff with Mel Brooks. All hit like Blazing Saddles is consistently on TV. Spaceballs is consistently on TV. Robin Hood Men in Tights is on TV a lot. The one that I really never see on TV is History of the World Part 1. So maybe more people have seen Spaceballs and will be more excited for this because that is consistently on TV.
But the movies you're listing, they're classics. I mean, the question is, can a 98-year-old Mel Brooks recreate this? Look at somebody, say, like Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott does not bring the same type of work out as a much older director that he did when he was younger. Now, then again, you got somebody like Clint Eastwood who still puts out good stuff, but I just don't know if Mel Brooks still has it in him to do this. And missing John Candy, missing Joan Rivers, I think that's gonna play into what the audience is gonna think. Now, am I excited? Am I excited to see it? Of course. Am I gonna go see it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do I hope it's great? Absolutely. Just don't know if they can recreate that. It was lightning in a bottle, and I don't know if they can match it again.
Okay.
I think it's going to be like 50-50 if you would look at a crowd. There's us, and then there's everybody younger. And everybody younger is probably just going to be like, that's stupid. And they're not going to get it like we got it.
What about the people older than us, though? That generation,
They're not even going to go to the theater. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go see Spaceballs. It's going to be our generation that's going to go see Spaceballs.
No, that's
not. That's fine if it's got a small budget, because I don't think you need to make this movie with a huge budget. I think you could do the special effects pretty cheap. You could make it kind of cheap looking. This doesn't need to look like it's top of the line. I mean, look at the original Spaceballs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could tell it was cheaply made, and that's a good thing. It was supposed to be a spoof. And I'm hoping that this kind of keeps that same trend and tone. But again, what movies are they going to spoof? Because that's part of what makes the spoof good is are the movies that you're spoofing. And if they're spoofing the Star Wars sequels, I mean, I'm just going to be depressed because it's going to be better Star Wars than actual Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
They should have, if they're going to spoof it, they should have like a bunch of like movie characters on there that are just like too late to spoof. Like somehow a vampire from Twilight gets on there. Like just a whole group of them is just like, oops, wait. We should have released this probably a little earlier. Like a whole group of those folks.
Was the original Spaceballs movie just a spoof of the original Star Wars, A New Hope, or was it all 3 films that they were?
Okay, Josh, let me ask you something. Who is Yogurt supposed to be?
Yoda. Yoga.
So what do you think the answer to that question is?
Yeah. No, I was just thinking of things they could do with Rick Moranis and I don't know. So
and let me ask you, Josh, when Dark Helmet tells Lone Star, he tells him, "I am your brother's cousin, sister's former roommate." So again, you think it was just the original Star Wars they were spoofing?
No, but they didn't do much for the Return of the Jedi, did they?
Pizza the Hut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jabba the Hutt was in the original, so you can't say that.
Not in the original theatrical version. It came out in 1987, this Spaceballs.
That's true.
Yeah.
The special edition didn't come out until... Really, Josh? Oh, my God, man.
No, I'm not saying that. I said we'll see what happens.
For the biggest Star Wars fan, I can't believe you said
I'm going to stop talking. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stop talking because Bob is the perfectionist of our group. No, Bob can't do anything wrong.
You stink. You're gonna live.
I'm so annoyed with that now. I don't even know which one of you just did that.
That's the best part.
All right. So anything else about this?
Do you see where we're? But you see the point here. I mean, it's like I know we are all very excited about it, and of course I want to go see it. But do you see what I mean? Like, I don't think it's going to hit like nearly like it did last time.
I don't know because remember, History of the World was on Hulu. It didn't go to the theaters, so we can't really judge that. This one is going to the theater, so we'll see what happens.
Well, but you just read the reviews of what was happening with History of the World Part 2.
Right, but again, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe
it's not going to really make a difference whether it's in the theater or not, is it?
Look, we know it's very hard to do sequels, so we'll see what happens.
Sequel, my ass! This is nowhere near a sequel at this point. We're past sequel. Okay, this is a new vintage at this juncture.
Oh God, I can't believe how long it's taken. How long? So what is it? 40? It'll be how many years?
38 years.
38 years. Wow.
Yep. That's what it said in the opening crawl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. Wow.
How excited are you, Josh? Did you already buy your tickets?
See, he was very excited, and then we started talking, and now he's like,
I'm so excited. I'm very excited. I've always wanted this, so I'm fine with it.
But if it sucks, don't.
I'm going to do it. It is what it is.
Well, I'm just saying, you find yourself in an abusive relationship with this stuff.
No, this is Spaceballs. Are you kidding?
I will say this. That opening crawl was great.
Oh, that was tremendous. That was absolutely hilarious.
So that's a good start.
Yeah. 8 Alien movies, 6 of which included the
a prequel, a sequel.
Not to mention the 6 movies that have Predator.
He's like, we had a Star Wars trilogy, then a sequel trilogy, a prequel trilogy, and then a prequel to the sequel, and then a sequel to the prequel.
He wrote all that too. That's what's great. Harry Potter, and then a prequel to all 8 Harry Potter movies.
No, a TV show.
Or a TV show about all 8.
8 Harry Potter movies, a TV show about Harry Potter.
Which he could have included the prequels to Harry Potter because there were 3 prequel movies.
The 7 Jurassic Parks, right?
Yeah. Then DC Who Lift Off Phase 1, DC Who Lift Off Phase 2.
2 Robert Downey Jr., right? Or something.
That's right. Dr. Doom. Thanks, Josh.
Yep.
Oh, God.
That's what you wanted.
No, that is not what I wanted, Derek. What I wanted was Iron Man back, and I wanted Doom played by what's his name? Killian.
You'll get Iron Man back. Don't worry.
That's what I wanted. I never asked for Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Doom. And if you guys want to go back on this podcast and try to search it, go ahead.
No, that wasn't on the podcast. That was you always telling us on the side. I want Robert Downey Jr. back, and I want Dr. Doom.
Right.
They gave it to you. They gave you both in one package.
Good Lord.
You were never specific enough. You should have said, I want Robert Downey Jr. back as Iron Man, and then I want Cillian Murphy as Doctor Doom. Yeah, no, you said it after the fact. It's too late. You put it out there in the universe, and they gave you what you asked for.
I am convinced Eric called up Marvel and told them to do this to spite me.
Yes, I remember.
Oh, God.
Josh, believe me, I only call Marvel when it's that important.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else about Spaceballs, the sequel?
Yeah, I'm curious who Lewis Pullman's going to play. My guess is he'll play the son of Lone Star and Vespa. Is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And I think that would be cool if he comes in to play that character. But maybe they could have some fun with it and make him a villain.
That would be great too.
That could be interesting.
Could be funny.
They're going to Kylo Ren him.
God, why?
You know, if whatever he plays though, they're gonna give him a great name. Mel Brooks always makes it a point to find like great names with all his characters.
Yep.
So
and he's a pretty good actor, Lewis Pullman. So
what was he just in?
He was just in Thunderbolts. He was also in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, he's good.
Who did he play in Top Gun Maverick, Josh?
Why are you putting me on the spot like that?
Well, because you said, "Oh yeah, he's good."
No, I mean he's good. He's a good actor.
Well, who did he play?
I don't know. Who did he play? I haven't seen it in a while.
There it is.
He played Bob.
Oh God, you're such a jerk, Bob.
No, I'm serious. He played Bob.
He
played Bob, the backseat pilot. To what's her name? Phoenix. He was Phoenix's backseat pilot.
Yeah, Lieutenant Bob Floyd.
Yeah. I thought he was a great character. I loved his character.
It's funny because I remember seeing him like that for the first time, and I think it might have been. I'm trying to remember which movie it was. I think it might have been Top Gun Maverick, and I was like, "Who does he remind me of?" Like I couldn't, and it took me forever to actually like try to figure it out. And then I said, "I'm going to wait for the end credits," and that's when the connection came in, and I'm like, "Pullman." Oh. Then you see it. Then you
there's definitely some resemblance there.
For sure.
And you know what's funny is that Thunderbolts, his character's name is Bob.
Bob.
He played Sentry in Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty good in that. I think he's a good actor.
He's been in some good stuff.
What else has he been in?
He has also been in there was a movie called where's the TV show? I can't remember now. He was in something called Riff Raff.
Okay.
That was it was like in 2024. Who was in that? It was like I think Mark Goldberg was in that. Bill Murray was in that. Pete Davidson, I think, was in that.
He was in the new Salem's Lot also. I never saw that.
I never saw that either. Huh. Okay, so he was in that. Is that movie called The Line? I never saw it though. It came out.
With his role in Top Gun Maverick, and then of course in Thunderbolts, and now he's going to be in Doomsday. And he's going to get Spaceballs also. He might actually start getting getting a name to himself.
Yeah,
or a name on his own, separate from his dad. So,
it could be good for him, man.
Yeah,
good for him. Looking to break out.
Right. There we go.
All right, Josh, nice. Book your tickets now. Do we have an announced date?
It didn't say.
Okay.
What was it? 2027?
Yep.
Yeah, that's all it said.
Goodness, Mel Brooks is going to be 100 by the time this thing.
I know. 98. It's crazy.
But props to consistency because he did have Spaceballs the sweatshirt on.
They got to film fast.
Yeah. At least he stayed consistent for Bob's sake.
He's consistent. All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
Good stuff, man. Excited.
Anything else, Bob?
Nah, it should be fun. Hopefully, it doesn't suck because this is a sequel that we have been waiting for, and then after a while, you think it's never going to happen, and
Right.
almost 40 years later, you're like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There is
hope
that
it's good
feeling.
because if I'm going to waste my time going to see this, it better be good.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
All
point.
right. All right, gentlemen. Very good. Let's go on to the next topic. All right. So this past week, we finally got a full trailer for the new Naked Gun movie starring Liam Neeson. And I got to tell you, gentlemen, I laughed hard. Bob, why don't we go ahead and watch this trailer?
Or were we going to watch the trailer?
Yes.
All right. You guys see it?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Thanks. Once you kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head sang over and over. That was awesome.
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Police Squad has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
And you, Frank, are the best of the best.
Need a bathroom. I need this one immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police business. Oh, I'm gonna ruin another suit.
Over here, Lieutenant. I think someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
I'll find them. This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for man's laughter.
You mean manslaughter?
Must have been quite the joke.
They're going to shut down Police Squad if you do not solve this case. Do this by the book.
Show a little respect!
Why? Who's gonna arrest me? Other cops?
Yes.
Is she serious?
Is he serious?
No.
Seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought. I want you to keep an eye on him.
This oven is disgusting.
Rest assured, I won't stop until I've found justice.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass. Nobody messes with Police Squad.
We've upgraded your car with the most advanced crime-fighting tech.
Drive forward 30 feet. Pretty smooth.
Oh!
This place is falling apart.
Oh my God. It's, I got to say, a couple months ago, Bob sent me a video. I think he sent it to you too, Derek, with Liam Neeson doing, what was it, Bob? It was
improv comedy.
It was improv. And I was like skeptical. I'm like, really? It's Liam Neeson? And then he got cast in this. Good Lord. It's so different than Leslie Nielsen, but it works. It works. So, Derek, did you watch the trailer before the show, Derek, or was it?
No, actually, I didn't get a chance to. That was my first shot at it.
All right, so let's hit with you. What did you think?
Come on, man. What's not to like? That's funny. It's laugh out loud funny.
It is.
Ironically enough, I think that movie is actually going to be more popular than Spaceballs coming up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that they did there's a couple of things that help modernize this Naked Gun from the last ones.
Yeah.
The idea of having Liam Neeson in it as the serious guy,
Right.
Because people know Liam Neeson enough to know that that's the I will find you and I will kill you guy. And now he's doing this, which is great.
Yet he's still like in the bank robbery scene. He gets up. He says, "What's he say? I'm going to kick your ass." Like Leslie Nielsen would not have done that.
No, well, that's why it works for him.
But for
so that makes it feel a little more new. In addition to that, I think that it has the Naked Gun flavor to it for sure. But there is a bit of it that just feels like it's a little bit more modernized enough, and maybe probably has some modern references that I think it'll just relate to even a big audience that includes both our age group and a younger age group.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's actually what they were going for here, is a way to probably gap both those two, because they were probably nervous about the fact that what if it's guys like us that can only appreciate a movie like that.
Right.
But I think they took that into consideration, and I think they tried to make it a little more up to speed. So I think they did a good job from what it looks like.
And having Pam Anderson in there, oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, that's never bad. Go ahead and take a chair. Thank you. She walks out.
Man's laughter must have been quite a joke. You mean manslaughter?
Yeah, Liam Neeson is they did it perfectly. They just made him the straight-laced, straight-faced guy with all this absurdity around him.
Yes.
It's perfect. It absolutely makes sense. Sign me up. August, here we go.
All right.
It comes out on my oldest birthday.
Yep. Baba, what'd you think?
Well, I thought the trailer was hilarious. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I agree with Derek. I do think that it looks like they modernized it a little bit, and there are going to be enough modern references there. Judging by the trailer, I am pretty sure, however, as opposed to the originals, I think this is going to get an R rating.
Oh, yeah.
I just have a feeling this is going to get an R rating. I could be wrong. They might water it down just to they might be able to get it to a PG-13, but I just have a feeling it's going to get an R rating. And that could hurt it at the box office if they get that R rating, but if they can find a way to sneak it past the censors and get that PG-13 rating, I think that they would be golden just from a box office standpoint, because I do think that people will go see this. I think they're looking for something to laugh. And you look at all the movies that have come out this year, pretty much all the big hits are going to be kind of serious movies.
Yeah.
This is going to be I think the first comedy really of the summer that I can think of. I really can't think of another one that's come out during the summer. I mean, maybe you could make an argument about Lilo and Stitch or something like that as being comical, but I don't think that's a true comedy. It's got comedic moments, but this is I think the first true comedy that I can think of that's coming out this summer, and it's coming out right at the tail end. So I do think people are going to go see it. I think they're looking for something to laugh at. There's too much seriousness going on in the world right now. So I think they want to be able to just get away and laugh. So I'm looking forward to this. And like you were saying, Josh, that improv clip, the fact that you doubted Liam Neeson even after that clip, he was hilarious in that clip. That's what made it great, is because he was so straight faced. That's why I figured he would work as Drebin, because he doesn't have to be absent-minded or anything. He could be a real hard nose. It's like they took his character from Taken almost and threw him into this.
Yes, so that's what I was gathering as well.
I mean, of course, making him a little more humorous, but he's still real serious.
Right, but he's also Frank Drebin's son, which at least
he's not Frank Drebin that we all remember.
No.
He's somebody else.
Right,
and I think that's good.
They could have rebooted it and just said, okay.
I'm glad they didn't, because that lends itself to some more jokes.
Exactly. I think if they hadn't done that, it could have been too serious.
I think one of the coolest jokes is when they're talking about shutting down Police Squad, and you see them putting up a Spirit Halloween store sign.
Oh,
That was
God.
tremendous.
Oh, my.
That was so good.
That's
And then when
great
they
because
take
every
the,
time you hear about like certain companies having layoffs and stuff like that, you see all these memes of them with like a Spirit store sign outside of and whatnot. So I thought that was a perfect joke. I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll be fun. I'm hoping they didn't show all the best jokes in the trailer.
I
I'm
hope so
hoping that
either.
there are a lot more good ones that we haven't seen.
when they pull the when he pulls the car away and all the prisoners run out and he looks up, he's like, this town is out of control.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the opening siren at the beginning of it.
Yes,
I hope they have it. I hope they have that.
I know.
They need to have it. I don't think they're going to skip that.
No,
I'm pretty sure they're going to have it.
That's too much of a staple. Like, you can't get rid of that.
You have to have that from Police Squad.
Yes,
If
absolutely.
you're doing a Naked Gun, you got to have the siren.
And you got to have the same theme music.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
You can't change it. That has to stay.
I agree.
You can put all sorts of other music that you want to in the film, but you can't change that. That has to stay.
Who played Leslie Nielsen's love interest?
Priscilla Presley.
I wonder if she'll make a cameo in this.
I don't know. Is she still alive?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know she was. She wasn't, honestly.
How old is she? 80?
Yeah, let me see how old she is. Yeah, she's 80 years old.
So
wow.
she could.
Maybe. I don't know. That might be a little far-fetched.
No, I think the reason why you asked if she was still alive, because remember Lisa Marie died a few years back.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
He was so good, though, in the original ones. Oh, my God.
Yeah, she was great. She played that role to the hill.
So good.
I was telling Bob, I was telling Josh this. You know how Pamela Anderson is not wearing makeup anymore, right? When she got casted for this, she was still not wearing makeup. But then they asked her, "Well, why did you wear makeup for this?" And she was like, "Come on, really? Like, you gotta have. You're gonna tell me not to have fun? Like, come on, no, we can't do that." So good for her for.
And I think she'll be perfect as the love interest.
She will be. She'll be great.
I like that they didn't, or that they casted an older actress. I don't.
Yeah.
Because Leslie Nielsen, he always looked old, even when he wasn't old. He always looked old.
Yeah.
So you could get away with casting a younger. They casted an actress who looks a lot younger than him. With Priscilla Presley. I don't know how much younger she was, because she was probably in her 50s too. Because if she's 80 now,
somewhere around there, yeah.
When did the first Naked Gun come out?
1986. No, 4, I think, or 85.
Wouldn't be 80.
What is it?
Hold on.
Or was it 88?
1988.
It was 88.
Oh, okay.
So if she's 80 now, she would have been what, 52, 53?
Yeah.
Or 52, around 52 when they filmed?
Yeah.
But she did look younger. So, I mean, I guess Pam Anderson, because she'll be around the same age. How old is Pam Anderson?
I have no idea.
She's 56? 58, I was going to say.
Okay, so Pamela Anderson's 57.
Okay. You're close.
Really?
And Liam Neeson,
he's in his 70s.
He's 73.
Yeah.
You won't have her in there. It doesn't make sense.
If he's 73, man, he's doing A-okay for 73. He's looking mighty good.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a classic actor.
Yeah,
he is.
Played some great roles.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's doing this. God, if this is a hit, will they do a sequel?
I'm pretty sure they will.
If it's a hit, of course they're going to do a sequel.
They'll try to milk the franchise if it's a hit.
Will they call it Naked Gun 2.5 or just Naked Gun 2?
Let's just get through this one first.
If they do a sequel and they name it, it'll be like one of those. I don't think it'll be like 2.5 or whatever. I think it'll just be The Naked Gun, and it'll have like a subtitle.
The sequel.
Yeah.
Oh God, I laughed so hard at that. My
The
dad,
Naked Gun. We thought we'd try a second one.
my dad loved. That's funny. My dad loved the first one. God, I remember him laughing
The first one's great.
so hard when he has to go to the bathroom and he leaves his microphone on, and oh my God, my dad was like hysterically laughing on that one.
You know, when he's doing the monologue and he's narrating stuff, I think it's hilarious. He'll be like, "So I was driving back to the station," but you see him driving in reverse, you know. But it was just real subtle. I was driving back to the station.
No, he's like, well, how does this crime all connect together? Like, how do these two relate? And where the hell did I leave my pants? Like,
so yeah, I think it's going to be a fun movie. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
God, Norberg, quick, give this man some drugs. Oh my God!
This will do well. This I think is going to do well.
When he's bribing the guy and he gives him the money, and he's like, "I'm not sure if I should tell you." Well, why don't I give you this to refresh your memory?
There's too many great scenes from all three of them. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of which great scene is part of which movie.
It is 33 1/3. I thought was the weakest though. Like I don't remember. I have not seen that one nearly as much as I've seen the other two.
Oh, that's good fun. 33 1/3 is great.
Did you, Josh? Did you ever watch Police Squad? I'm trying to remember. Did you ever watch?
No.
The reason I ask is because they show the joke with Nordberg's son, and it's O.J. Simpson.
Right.
The original Nordberg
was not
looks
OJ.
nothing like OJ.
That's what I thought. Who played the original Nordberg?
Peter Lupus.
Peter. Okay, I'm looking him up. Let me see.
The original Nordberg.
The original. So I guess obviously they brought in OJ just for more notoriety at the time.
Yeah.
Peter Lupus, Lupus.
Here, I'll just show you.
Here, I got him right here. Oh my God, that's not it.
That's the original Nordberg.
Yeah, that doesn't look much like him at all.
That does not look like him.
No.
93 years old. Wow.
Made him look like he was a great goof, though. But Frank, listen, if there's anything you need, Dr. Kevorkian's home phone number. Nordberg put it together and just hands him a bus.
I still love when the second one. We talked about this when we reaches into the wallet. He's got a picture of your wife. You son of a
Edna.
What I liked, if you go back to the original Police Squad, when he's seeking information, he always goes to the shoe shine guy, and he sits down and the guy starts giving him information. But then it's funny because as soon as he leaves, then somebody else will sit down. It'll be like a manager from a baseball team or something like that, and he'll turn around and tell him what the lineup should be.
Oh. I mean, there was really nothing like Leslie Nielsen, but I think Liam Neeson he'll be interesting. It'll be a different.
Why it's so great is because it's two different Frank Dremmonds.
Correct.
Right. Like there's Liam Neeson is so much even more serious than anything that Leslie Nielsen could do. So that's why it works.
Well, Derek, what I was telling Bob, you went away from the computer for a minute. If they hadn't said that he was Frank Drebin Jr. and it was a complete remake, I would have been a little bit more skeptical. But I like that it's not a reboot, that it's him following in his father's footsteps. And it's just a different take. And it makes it funny because you're getting, like Bob said, that character from Taken, bringing him into this with a little bit more comedy.
Well, they're not resting so much on the original Naked Gun, which is also
Correct.
why this will work.
Right.
Mhm.
So
So, because all you really need is that formula, and once you have that, you're good.
Right.
You don't have to go back to Leslie Nielsen days if you don't want to or need to.
and I like the casting of Stingray from Cobra Kai as his partner.
Actually that dude's pretty funny. So I'm glad he got casted in this.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good
He looks like he's gonna do just fine. He
Yeah.
fits in very well.
And we saw Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
I
did.
didn't catch that. I did not catch that the first time I saw the trailer, and then they've been talking about it this week, and so yeah.
I knew he was in it. I had no idea what he was doing in it though. So that was it.
That's funny.
Mhm.
That's gonna be good. All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
At least we know Cody Rhodes has a good sense of humor.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Looking forward to August.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right, let's go to the final topic of the night.
Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
I like that.
I love it when he plays that song. That's the best. That's one of the best songs.
So good. It's so good. So, all right.
Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
Funny.
It's good.
Very good. So our final topic of the night, as you can tell, this past Monday night on Monday Night Raw, we got the return of Goldberg. Goldberg made an appearance and challenged the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther to a title match at Saturday night's main event in Atlanta next month. And the internet has definitely been a-buzzing about this, mostly negative. But just we wanted to kind of cover this tonight on Dad's Turn to Talk. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Bobo, why don't we get your opinion first on all this? Do you think this was good? Do you think it's bad? What's your opinion?
You know what? Derek, you go first.
Okay. Derek, go ahead.
Oh, all right then.
No, I want to hear Derek so I can copy him because Josh says I only copy him.
Exactly.
The internet is a-buzzing. Really? Okay, so...
It's just because I want to hear your opinion, Derek, just simply because Josh and I talked briefly about it, so I already know what he's going to say, so I'm curious what you're going to say.
Okay. Number one, they made it seem like this was kind of bound to happen. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And this stems back from, I believe it was Bad Blood last year in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
So they kind of hinted at it then. They waited a while to bring it back, but once you hint at that, I mean, during this age in WWE, they really try to make everything count. So if they're going to bring something up, they don't want to just bring something up for bringing it up, which I'll give them credit for on that level. That's smart storytelling. Don't leave out the details. Having said that, I'm glad this is at a Saturday night's main event. And I'm glad they're doing it in Atlanta because I think this is a good chance that this could be Big Old Bill's last match. Bill is 58. He is 58 years old and he's going up against Gunther, for God's sakes, out of anybody. He better not try any dang jackhammers. His knees aren't looking up to the challenge on that. So it's just spear after spear, I think. As Gunther said, I can spare 3 minutes. That's probably how long this will go. Look, it's on a Saturday night's main event. We know what those are now, and I don't have a problem with that. You know, they're more of a showcase than anything else. So, okay, you know, if you're going to do it, that's probably the place to do it because of the event it is and because it's in Bill's hometown. And he gets to have his family there, which means a lot to him. I've always appreciated the fact that Bill's a big family man. So, other than that, Bill looks old. Bill looks real old. And, you get in the ring with Gunther. Gunther doesn't look like a guy who's going to take it easy on you. Are we interrupting you, Josh?
No. Why?
You kept looking off.
Oh, no. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So, look, I don't. It could. How do? Like I said, it's probably going to be 3 minutes of a what have you. It may main event. It may not. I don't know. And then after that, that will be it. I think it's done for Bill after this. So I don't mind it. I could think of, worse things have happened, honestly, until this match happens. Then who knows? But okay, for where it is now, all right, fine. It's there.
Okay.
I mean,
Baba?
they cheered him. They cheered him in Green Bay.
Okay. Baba, what do you think about all this?
So first off, I think they're doing this match because I know Goldberg wasn't happy with his last match that he had. And I think he was wanting to try to go out on his own terms, go out much better than what he did. I think that's what this match is. Goldberg, if you look at throughout his career, except for when he was on that early streak, he was always in the title picture. He was always going up against big names. He was always, at the top of the card. So for that reason, they're going to put him in with Gunther. I don't think he's going to win the title. I think this is the last match. I just can't see WWE pulling that trigger to give him the title. I'm pretty sure, kind of like you, Derek, I think this is going to be a short match because I just don't think Goldberg's got the ability to go for a long period of time. Now, if he could do a decent short match and maybe have a little bit of fun, get a few moves in, and go out in front of his hometown, in front of his family, all of that, then yeah, I'm for it. I like you, Derek. I'm also glad that it was at a Saturday night's main event because when Josh first mentioned that Goldberg was back earlier this week, and you had mentioned that he was going to fight Gunther, all of us first thought was that it was going to be at there in Saudi.
Yeah.
Night of Champions.
Which event is it that they're having at Saudi?
Night of Champions.
Thank you. I was about to say Crown Jewel, but I was like, no, it's not Crown Jewel.
No,
Night of Champions. And so we kind of assumed it was going to be there. So I think this works better for a Saturday night's main event. I'm fine with the match. I got no issues with it. I think Goldberg, because of the career he's had, has earned the right to call his shot at how he wants to go out. If he is willing to come back and put on a show, put some butts in the seats for a Saturday night's main event, why not? Let's do it. But I don't think this is going to be a great match. I don't think this is going to be a showcase for the ages or anything like that. This is going to be a real simple match. I think you're going to have Gunther chop the heck out of him. You'll have Goldberg deliver a spear. You'll have him deliver a jackhammer, but you'll have Gunther kick out. I just don't see it being too, too out there, too technical or anything. Because when you saw Goldberg climbing the ropes, he was having some trouble climbing the ropes.
Yeah, just getting into the ring looked like it was a bit of a challenge for him.
Yeah, so maybe it's good that he's got another month to get ready. But yeah, he's gonna look like Tyson going up against Jake Paul.
Man.
So
it's it'd be great if I'm sorry, Bob. It would be great if it'd be great if they made his training videos look like Rocky Balboa.
They should show
rely on blunt force trauma.
Have
Funny,
maybe his son say, "Dad, to beat this guy, you need speed. You don't have it.
You don't have any.
You got calcium deposits on all of your joints." But
So
I mean, I'm fine with the match. Let's do it. But again, I don't expect anything crazy with it or anything wonderful. It's just there.
Okay.
Go ahead, Josh.
I think I had the exact same line. I think I said it's there. it's there and it's fine.
Yeah. You know, I was a big Goldberg fan, you know, when he started, even when he came back to WWE. What I saw the other night, it's just, my question is why? Why, if he's not going to win, like, what is he going to try to do? What is the point? We just said this match is going to be 3 minutes. You know,
go out the way he wants in front of his hometown and his family.
But that's not going out. If you're losing the match, you're not going out the way you want.
No, that's not true. There's been plenty.
Hold on. Can I give my opinion instead of both of you getting, you know, all huffy and puffy about this? You know,
I want to huffy and puffy.
No. You were the one that got huffy and puffy about it.
No, but you guys want to contradict, like, automatically. You're just saying. I'm just giving you an answer. I think this is a terrible idea.
You weren't giving an answer. You were asking a question.
You had Jey Uso win the title, which both of you were heavily against. And then he has to lose the belt so that way Goldberg can come in and face Gunther. And it's just a terrible, there's no storyline here at all.
Or maybe he lost the belt because he's mid-card Jey Uso.
Everyone. So fine, but still, like, even Bubba Ray said on Busted Open the other day that there's no logistics that makes sense with this. You just automatically Triple H said, all right, Goldberg deserves a world title shot. Like, if you want him to go out on top and do a retirement thing, have him do what you're doing with Cena. Have him wrestle a couple of guys. But why does this guy who isn't anything anymore getting a world title shot? Yeah, Saturday night's main event, but it's on live TV. People are going to watch. Why does he deserve it when other people are there and they don't deserve it and our top talent? I'm very curious. Why is it that you guys think that this is totally okay?
The deserving argument. Here we are back at this.
Yeah, he loves this argument.
Hey, I want to know, why is it that the two of you think if any other promotion did this, you guys would be so upset about it? But because it's WWE and Goldberg, oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
That's not true. I'm fine with Chris Jericho getting opportunities in AEW. I'm fine with Edge getting opportunities in AEW. I mean, those are older wrestlers.
You really haven't. No, you've been against Edge.
No, I've been against Edge going to AEW, but I was not against him getting a title shot.
Like, I'm just curious. Even like Derek, you said he could barely get in the ring, right? Yep. You just said that 5 minutes ago. This is me asking you a legitimate question. Why is it that if he can't even get in the ring and he's so old and needs a month to prepare for, you really think he deserves this?
That gets back to the point about why it's on Saturday night's main event. Okay? We know what those are now.
Yeah.
This isn't a PLE. It's not even Saudi.
They're live show. They're house shows, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying it's more of a showcase than it is, you know, an actual PLE where things happen. You know, where stories are actually built in and continued. You're showing this as a one-off. I don't think there's anything wrong with a one-off.
It doesn't help Gunther in any way.
It doesn't need to help Gunther in any way.
And what does it do for Goldberg to lose this match? Okay, see ya.
He's in Atlanta in front of his family. And just because he loses doesn't mean it's not worthwhile.
Hey, Josh, did Kurt Angle win his last match?
No, and he's still upset about it.
But did he win the last match?
No, but even that was
done up his legacy at all. Because
even that was done poorly.
Because he lost the bum-ass Corbin.
I'm different than you guys. I think if you're retiring, yes, and Ric Flair lost his last match, I get that. But we're in a different time now. Like, I just feel this is I'm just going to say it. I think Vince McMahon is buying WWE back.
Oh, there it is.
So I think TKO was a placeholder until he got all of this, and now McMahon's going to come back. You can't go from how good WWE has been, and then all of a sudden have this, you know, Goldberg come out and say, you're next. And it's just
all right.
stupid.
You got the conspiracy theory over here.
Yeah, all right. I could think of about 5 different reasons why that doesn't work at all. What you
Okay.
just said.
Derek,
Okay?
Derek? We've watched wrestling together for many years, and
Yes.
there are times you and I are very similar on things, and there are times we're not. You, honest to God, like this?
No, I said it was okay. I didn't say it was like the best thing in the world.
But
it was
even
fine.
okay for you of all people, you really think this is okay?
I said it was fine.
It sucks, and you know it.
No, Josh, you just think that it's either got to be awesome or it's crap. And
No.
AEW is awesome and WWE is crap.
No, I'm not talking about AEW. I'm focused on WWE.
No, but you want to bad. Don't lie.
No, I'm. I lie. You
All
wanted
right,
to have.
you want to start comparing it, and you want to say that you want to give Tony
I
Khan
said I would have a conversation about WWE. I've liked a lot of stuff they've been doing, and I've told both of you, Bob. I've told you this I do not like, and I'm shocked that both of you are like, "Oh, it's fine." I don't
It's
know.
fine. We're not saying that it's great.
For two guys who talk about storytelling, there is no storytelling here.
But for Saturday night main events, you don't need to build up this big storyline. You don't like these are one-offs.
I think the two of you are the only ones who are okay with this. Nobody else is okay with this. Why don't you look it up right now, Bob? Type in, see if people are okay with this.
Josh, it doesn't matter whether they're okay with it or not. It's happening. I mean,
I could care less whether everybody else is okay with this.
This is so bad.
Okay, why don't you take that pencil
because if you're going to use that argument, Josh, the internet wrestling community has been very against Jey Uso winning the championship, but look at the pop that guy gets every time he goes out into the crowd.
Yeah, I get it. But if you're
going to use that logic, everybody's saying this on social media. Well, they're all saying that Jey Uso shouldn't have had the title.
Well, he doesn't anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's mid-card Jey Uso now.
And yet they had him win the King of the Ring qualifier the other day. Like, it just...
Okay, but he's going up against Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, what do you think's going to happen there?
No, Cody's going to win.
Well, then what's the problem with that?
You know what? I'm just going to say I don't like what's going on right now in WWE. And I think this whole Goldberg thing versus Gunther has been like, poor Gunther. Like, he first had to fight McAfee. Then he wins the title. Now he's got to fight Goldberg. Hey, come on. It's stupid. This is ridiculous.
You have no frame of reference here, Donnie. You're like a child who wanders into the middle of a movie. And
I did not walk into that. I'm telling you that right now. And McMahon is buying the company back. I would not be surprised.
No.
Okay, what evidence do you have that he's buying the company back?
I'm just saying
because did Meltzer say it?
You had the whole R-Truth incident. Now you have Goldberg against Gunther. It's very weird.
But what does R-Truth have to do with this?
How did that get into this?
Nick Zahn hired him back, and Nick Zahn is a McMahon guy. I'm telling you, there's a lot of controversy right now going with WWE between Hunter and Nick Zahn, and there's some weird things happening.
His name is Nick Khan.
Well, whatever his name is, I really don't care anymore.
Well, because it's not Tony.
I'm saying is the two of you are wrong.
Okay.
And the fact that I'm still Bob, I understand. Bob is, beyond WWE. But Derek, come on.
Hold on.
Derek, I'm shocked you liked it.
All I said was that it was okay. I didn't say I liked it.
I didn't say I liked it.
I said it was okay. I said that I think that Goldberg has earned his opportunity to say goodbye the way he wants to. He's not going to win the title. He's going to do what's good for business, just like John Cena is going to do what's good for business. They put the title on Cena because they saw an opportunity to have some stories for his retirement tour. If there weren't the stories there, Cena would have just come out and done his greatest hits and not won the title. He would have been fine with that.
He would have
they
found
put
a couple
the title
bad
on him
guys.
because they saw an opportunity with him as a heel.
He would have found a couple bad guys, beat him, and that would have been the end. He would have faced the top heels.
Yeah.
So what happens if Goldberg wins the title? Are you guys okay with that?
I highly doubt that's
What if he does it in 20 seconds? Spears, jackhammers, wins the title.
I don't think that happens. I think
Loses on Raw. What would you guys say to that?
I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah, it probably wouldn't be the best decision.
Okay.
Well, if that happens after he wins, I hope he retires and then I hope Cena retires with the title, and then we have really ruined wrestling.
Yes, that's it. John will have truly accomplished his goal, and Bill helped him. You're the one that really has a bug up your ass about this.
Yeah, I know. Because your big thing is, well, he doesn't deserve a title match. What, Goldberg doesn't deserve one?
No. He's old. He's done.
So?
What makes Goldberg?
Josh, Chris Jericho is old in AEW, and you seem to love him just fine.
I'm sorry. When was the last time?
I'm sorry,
Shut up, Derek. Let me finish my conversation. This is ridiculous. When they started AEW, they put a notable name in the title. Chris Jericho.
He justifies.
No, he has not been AEW World Champion since. Okay,
he's had titles, right?
You know that.
He's had titles, right?
He's had titles, but not world.
So what about all the younger talent that deserves it?
And they're getting them. I'm sorry, they're all getting the world titles.
How old is Chris Jericho?
Let me ask you this: Sting never got a world title shot when he was in AEW. He was a tag team champion at the end, and that was it. He went and they used him like that. But with Goldberg, every time
if Sting had asked for a world title shot, it would have. No, if Sting had asked for one
shot or he fight, this is ridiculous. This is the stupidest thing I have seen. I don't even want to.
Shut up.
You shut up, Bob, okay? You shut up.
If Sting had asked for a world title shot, he would have gotten one.
Know anything about this, okay? This is ridiculous.
Shut up!
You shut up, Bob. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up!
Shut up. Shut up. I have
crap, mega crap.
I'm done. I'm done. Anything about
Oh,
that's good. No, what?
Josh, open your laptop.
Back to Josh's point.
You want to be unprofessional? I'll be unprofessional.
No.
Okay.
You were last week, so you want to go there?
Exactly.
No.
Anyway,
this is ridiculous.
If Sting had wanted a world title match, he would have gotten one. He didn't want one.
Good, because he
just wanted to come back, and he wanted to go out the way he wanted to go out. He knows what's good for business. I think Goldberg knows what's good for business. He's not going to win the title.
Why is he in the title match?
Because he's facing Gunther, who's the world champion.
That's so. Oh my God! This is the stupidest thing. This guy gets title shots for no reason at all.
Okay, so then who should Gunther wrestle? If you think Saturday Night's main event is this big of a deal,
Derek, I can't believe you. You of all people, you and I watched Low Key versus Amazing Red in TNA. You were always on my side, and Bob, I understand.
What kind of stupid name is that?
Okay.
Okay, Josh. Okay. Who do you think should be?
No.
Of all the qualified people that are in WWE, who should be getting a title shot?
Karrion Kross.
Okay, how is that gonna happen at Saturday?
Karrion Kross, AJ Styles. Let me see. How do you think Roman Reigns feels right now?
But AJ is feuding for the Intercontinental title right now.
You just asked me. Did you just say who do you think should feud for the title?
Yeah, but you got to take current storylines. You got to take current storylines into account.
Storyline. We don't care. All you care about.
It does matter because you're pulling from. Hold on. You're pulling from the
storyline. No matter what you say.
No, Josh, it matters because if they're involved in a current storyline, they're not going to be in the main event picture right now because they're involved in another storyline.
I don't agree.
You're a moron.
Derek agrees, but he's just saying it to be on your side and to piss me off. I think
you just asked me about this, and I just told you my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's a real opinion.
Oh, it's not a real opinion.
For somebody who really, if I brought, this is ridiculous. This guy should not be getting title shots after title shots.
No, but your problem, Josh, is that you want. Oh, it's not fair. They're not getting a title shot. It's scripted television.
Right, but
life isn't fair, Josh. You've got stars and you have people who are not stars.
Oh, are you an asshole? I give up.
It's true though.
God. All right, are we done with this? This is ridiculous.
No, apparently not. You were the one that kept rambling about it.
This is ridiculous.
And do you remember what happens? Also, that this isn't just Saturday Night's main event. There's 2 other things happening this weekend. You know that, right?
All in?
No, Josh, I don't. That. All right.
Evolution?
Yes, I'm talking. There's the NXT event.
It makes no sense that you're bringing that in. What does that do?
Because I'm saying if you have 3 different events, you're gonna want to try to do all sorts of different things on each of those events.
Goldberg is old. Everyone is like, this makes no sense. Oh, God. I can't believe you, Derek. Oh, my God.
Oh, God, Derek. I can't believe that.
I cannot believe you're the same guy who, like, you'd like this.
He never knew when to quit.
Oh. Enough with this. If you want to be a comedian, go to comedy.
No, Josh, because you're misinterpreting everything I said. I said it was fine.
It's not fine. Horrible.
Okay, so who's the one so who can you really not believe, me or yourself right now?
This is
not that big of a deal.
Scenario. It is because the 2 of you are always saying, "Oh, we need storylines. You have to build up a storyline." There is no storyline here, and you're okay with it.
That's why I mentioned Atlanta from last year. They have something they reference.
God,
yeah, they laid the groundwork for this already, and this is going to be done in a one-off. But you know what, Josh? Because of how upset you're getting, I kind of hope he wins the title.
I'm not watching.
I hope he does now.
So bad. This is so bad. I cannot believe this guy gets. Oh, God.
Rematch at SummerSlam.
So ridiculous. God, I hope WWE fails once and for all. I think that's what.
Cute. How old are you, kid? 11? 12?
God, Bob, go be a freaking comedian. That's all you care about.
Do you want to talk about what you really want to talk about, Josh?
No, I'm done.
Yeah, no, you're not.
My thing is, Josh, I just don't understand why you always come at it with well, this guy deserves it and that guy deserves it. Life isn't fair. This is a business.
Right, but there's guys who make money and who have been sitting there, and why not give them a chance? Isn't this why you guys talked about when WCW failed? Why did they fail? Because they didn't give the young guys a chance.
Wait, hold on. You mentioned Karrion Kross as one point here.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more worthwhile to build a story with him and Sammy, which it seems like they're doing?
No, who cares? That's what
that's the thing. He's already involved in a story there.
I am just
and they're doing a real slow, good build with it too.
I guess you guys don't understand me. I don't know how to make it clear to the 2 of you.
Okay, Josh, let me ask you this. All right. Do you think Seth Rollins would cash in on Gunther on a Saturday night's main event?
No.
Okay, so he's out of the picture. CM Punk against Gunther for Saturday night main event when he's already in a feud with John Cena. So he's out.
Okay.
Sami Zayn is working into a feud with Karrion Kross. AJ Styles has a feud with Dominic Gonzalez. Oh, I mean, not Gonzalez.
Mysterio.
God. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you're saying, Mr.
No, he's in with Mysterio right now.
Yeah.
So he's out. So what star is there that's going to step up? And
I'm sorry, you don't have to have Gunther. You could have Gunther in a tag team match, just like they did on last Saturday night's main event. He doesn't wrestle. He comes in for an interview.
But
you don't need that.
But what's his name? Goldberg wants to wrestle Gunther.
This is so stupid. Oh my God. Okay, let's see.
Okay, let me ask you something. So you would have been fine with this match if Gunther wasn't the world champion. Correct. Or would you still have hated the match?
No, I'd be fine.
And your biggest problem is that he's getting a world title shot, which he's not going to win.
Doesn't matter.
On a one and done, it's going to be over. It's so he can say goodbye to the sport properly in his hometown in front of his family.
Yeah, I think this is so stupid.
What a heartless bastard you are. Don't want to turn around and give a man an opportunity to go out the way he wants in front of his
For a
family.
one-off. You're a heartless bastard. A one-off. That's all they want. Really? You don't want to see him wrestle a couple times and then go off in style?
But if he doesn't want to wrestle, that's the point.
And he doesn't deserve a title shot. He hasn't done anything.
For God's sakes, Jess, it's not even the real world title. What are you so concerned about?
My
Exactly.
Real
Yeah.
world title.
It's
Now,
the glorified Intercontinental title.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
You know what? We don't agree with this. I don't agree with you two, and that's it. Case closed. Nothing I can say is going to make a difference. I can say whatever I want. You guys won't agree to it. You guys can say something to me. I won't agree to it. It's a done case. We're done.
Instead of debating, he's like, you see, it's done case. It's over.
I've already given you my reasoning. I don't feel he should get a title shot. I don't.
But you haven't been able to give me somebody specific who's not in a feud right now who could challenge Gunther for a one-off. This is a money-making scheme. That's why
Logan Paul.
Plus Goldberg gets to say goodbye to the sport.
Logan Paul.
But he just had a title match against Jey Uso.
See, your problem, Bob, is you
wait. No. Hold on, Josh. Because you are so big about following the this guy deserves a chance and this guy deserves a chance.
Yeah.
Logan got his chance. He lost. So he goes to the back of the line.
Okay, Roman Reigns.
Yes, but he's not on TV right now.
Well, I'm just saying. You said name me somebody.
Honestly, if you want me to help
he's not there.
If you want me to help you, Josh, in terms of who else could have a shot, honestly, your next best answer is a rematch with Jay. Because Jay doesn't have anybody, and Jay could make the case that, hey, I think I've earned a rematch.
Right.
So
why didn't that?
I don't know. What do you want to do? Like, I'm in the writer's room?
This is just stupid.
I am curious what they're going to do with Jay and Cody, because I'm pretty sure Cody's going to win it. However,
they're going to send him back to mid-card. You've said that for months.
No, hold on. However, there is the possibility, because you keep seeing this interaction with Rollins and Rhodes. Maybe Rollins costs Rhodes a chance at King of the Ring and gets involved, and maybe Jay goes on to the finals.
Well, so I actually think the finals is going to be Sammy and Cody because it's in Saudi.
See, that's what I think. I mentioned that to Josh, that I think Sammy's going to be in the finals.
Now, I
don't see him not being in the finals.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think that it's going to be Cody versus John. That's the rematch. And Sammy versus Gunther. I think both of those happen at SummerSlam. But the thing is, it really doesn't matter then who wins at SummerSlam and who becomes the King of the Ring, because the other match is probably going to happen anyway. It's just a matter of who gets the crown and wins it at Saudi. And if that happens, it wouldn't surprise me that it would be Sammy who wins the whole thing. That actually that is a very strong shot at happening.
He gets a title shot if he wins. Whoever wins
Whoever wins gets a title shot.
They get a title shot with the champion of their respective brand.
Yeah.
So obviously it's Cody, and Cody faces Cena at SummerSlam, right?
No, I just made the case as to why it didn't have to be Cody.
Don't you want to see Cody and Cena? And isn't SummerSlam?
I just said both of the matches were going to happen. I just said it was going to be interesting who gets the moment in Saudi to win the crown. Then the other match will go down the way it needs to go down.
When would you want Cody versus Cena to happen?
I just said SummerSlam. I just said it.
You said no at SummerSlam.
No, I did not.
No, he said that he still thinks it's going to happen. He doesn't have to win King of the Ring for it to happen.
He doesn't have to win King of the Ring for that match to happen. Both of those matches are going to happen. It's just a matter of who goes first and what's announced first. What's announced first, that's the King of the Ring winner. And so I wouldn't be surprised if it's Sammy that actually does it. It'd be a big moment for him in Saudi.
And it would be interesting to see where Seth Rollins figures into all of this, who he's going to cash in against.
He cashes in on John. And
that's what I'm thinking.
Face again.
Probably.
That's how that goes down.
Because I think Cena has to go out as a face, right? December 31st.
I would have to believe so. I can't believe they would want him to just leave as a heel. That just doesn't seem like that they would want that math to happen that way. I mean, it'd be absolutely amazing if he did. Like, nope, fingers up. Still hate you all.
I think he should grab all the titles and just retire.
No, that's not going to happen. And stop fantasy booking, because that's not true. And it's a dream.
No, Josh, that'd be awful. Because then what about all the guys that deserve it?
They do deserve it. Sorry, that's what I feel.
Yeah, but then if John takes all the titles, then none of them get it.
Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on. I just want to bring up a point here.
Here we go.
So you're talking about all the young talent and people that deserve it. So what about all the people that are getting title shots against John Cena? I mean, they're getting title shots because John wants to work with them.
Yeah, that's true. It's his retirement tour.
It's his retirement tour. Don't you think there are other people on the roster who have been there and deserve an opportunity? Because these other guys have had the title 10 times, 15 times. You know, they've had multiple titles. Don't you think it's somebody else's turn?
Yeah. I will always believe that it's other people, that they should give younger guys a chance to see how they do.
They gave a younger guy a shot. How'd it work out for Jay?
Goldberg got in the way. That's what it was.
No,
that's
Josh,
not what
shut
happened.
up with that.
Goldberg said
you know good and well what happened there. Goldberg, it was not the star you thought he would be.
That's just Meltzer crap that, we wanted him to face Gunther, so we had to put the world title on Gunther.
Why didn't he face Jay then for the title?
Because Gunther is a better champion than Jay. Sorry, he is.
So Jay should go back to mid-card is what you're saying, right? He should not be winning the King of the Ring. He should not be involved in the main event anytime soon. He should go back.
You can be a strong character and not be a world champion material. Okay, LA Knight is the perfect example of that.
Don't be surprised if he's back in the tag team ranks.
Yeah, I could see him go back to his
reuniting of the Usos.
Okay. We predicted that he was not going to be champion. The longest he went with that was going to be SummerSlam. The longest.
That's what we thought, yeah.
So here we are.
Goldberg got in the way.
No, Josh, he did not. You're wrong. Stop.
No, you're wrong, Derek.
No, you are wrong. You are wrong.
Wait, hold on. Goldberg got in the way. Who beat Jey Uso?
Because they wanted Goldberg to fight Gunther for the title.
But no, Gunther is the champ.
You bunch of losers!
This is becoming
Gunther.
Let me ask you guys something. What is it that the two of you don't understand that we all don't agree?
No, Josh, it's you who doesn't understand.
What is it so hard to say we have differing opinions on this and it's done? The argument
You were the one who got all bent out of shape. That's why.
The argument is done. There's nothing I can do to change your minds, and there's nothing that
Josh, we're on a show and we're debating, and you're turning around trying to end you're trying to end it.
I'm telling you how I feel, and you're telling me how you guys feel, and that's it.
No, but then you told us we were wrong, and you said, "Why don't you understand this?" And like your argument was more water than ours.
I don't understand how you guys feel that this guy should, no matter where it is, it could be a house show, why this guy deserves a title shot when if it's just a retirement, a one-off, put him against somebody that he can win in Atlanta and lose and take off.
You need to realize just how dumb you sound right now, and I don't think you're going to ever get there.
But Josh, you heard my point earlier in the show when we started talking about this. My point is that Goldberg, except for the time when he was manhandling everybody through WCW on the streak, once he won the world title, he's always been in the world title picture. Period. He's always been. It doesn't matter when he's wrestled. He's always been in the world title picture. And that's how you're going to close out his career. Whether you like it or not, it makes sense.
It's changed, and he did not have to go out with a championship match.
This is just the fact that you are getting your panties in a bunch of this pattern. Yes, you are. Yeah, don't say that. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Nope.
Okay, you are.
No,
you're getting your panties this much in a bunch about how this is about a title match. No, stop. Stop talking.
I am saying he doesn't deserve this.
Josh, stop talking.
He doesn't.
Shut up!
Enough with this, okay? Enough with this bullshit, okay? With the shut up. This is not a comedy thing. I know, Bob. This is what you
Well,
want.
that wasn't me. So
it was me.
Don't get on to me.
Stop with this already, okay? This is enough. This isn't working in terms of interrupting me when I'm trying to talk. We all disagree. I disagree with you guys. Simple as that.
No, you said we were wrong. That's a big difference.
This is ridiculous. You guys have a different opinion on this.
No, hold on. You said we were wrong, and we didn't understand.
You are wrong. You are
no, Josh. That's not an opinion. That means you have to be wrong when it's a fact.
And then part of the problem, Josh, is that you keep coming back saying, "I can't believe you guys like this." We never said we liked it. We said we're fine with it.
Why are you fine with it?
Because he's Goldberg. He's earned the right to go out the way he wants. If he wants to have a final world title match in front of his family, in front of his hometown, then fine. Let him do it. I'm fine with that. And I'm happy if they're going to do it, that it's at a Saturday night's main event as opposed to a big PLE. But I do say Gunther should win.
Gunther will win. He will.
And he should win.
Yes. He's the ring general. He'll win.
Yes.
He's done with foolishness. Like Jey Uso and 58-year-old Bill Goldberg. We'll have none of this. The ring is sacred. He's going to thwack Bill real hard, too. The Bill's going to wake up real fast after he gets a
Personally, I don't think that Goldberg can go past 3 minutes. I really
not with Gunther. If Gunther starts really whooping on him, that's about all he's going to want.
I think they'll keep the match. Just personally, I think they'll keep it around a 10-minute match.
Oh,
not gonna go past that.
I think that's being kind.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go past
5.
that.
Slice that in half. And then, he's very close with his son, and his son will get to see him one last time. His son's a teenager now, if I'm not mistaken. We're about to hit college?
No, his son plays for Colorado. He's
okay. Well, then there you go. So then he'll get to see that, and then that'll be all done. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe his son will go into wrestling. We don't know.
Goldberg's going to win in 30 seconds. That's my prediction.
Okay.
A spear and a jackhammer, and he's going to win the title and drop it on Monday night.
Yeah.
And just for you, Josh, Vince McMahon will come out and congratulate him afterwards.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what's going to happen.
I just don't see it.
That's what's going to happen.
I just don't see it.
Because, first of all, Goldberg, for him to have a 3-minute match the way he looks isn't going to happen. And if he's going to go out the way he wants to go out, he's going to win the title. And he's going to do it very quickly.
How do you know that that's how he wants to go out? You're assuming that he does.
He wants a title match every time, so why not? Of course he's going to go out like that.
Has he won every title match he's been in?
Not lately, but I think he's going to win this.
So why are you saying that?
Because not every title match has been in his hometown, and everyone is saying this is it. And why not? Why not get that title, which you say is a glorified Intercontinental title? He'll get that title in 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then he'll lose it on Monday night.
I just don't see that happening. And the reason I don't see it happening is because they had Gunther tap out to Jey. And then he put on a pretty good match against Jey to get the title back. They're trying to build Gunther back up as an unstoppable force. And I don't think that happens if they let a 58-year-old Bill Goldberg beat him. It's not going to happen.
When Gunther lost to Jey, that dropped a lot of his stock. It just did.
Yeah.
As a heel, he lost a lot of merit and value. So now he's got to build that back up. So that's what he has to do.
Now, if he does win, I'm just gonna laugh just because I always know the text. I know the text messages we're gonna be getting.
Oh yeah,
I will laugh.
No, you won't.
Oh, I will.
We will. We'll laugh.
We'll wrap this up because you can see Josh getting mad over there. More than
this is going to happen.
What?
I know that Goldberg's going to win.
Okay,
Josh. If he doesn't win, then Okay, we'll have to come up with something here because
No, there's
if
nothing
he
to come
doesn't
up
win,
with.
no, if he doesn't win because you are so sure, I just don't see it happening.
The guy cannot wrestle anymore. He's not going to sit there and what's Gunther's just going to come out, give him a couple chops. If that doesn't happen, this is what'll happen. He'll come out, he'll spear Gunther, hit him with the jackhammer. Gunther will kick out. He'll go right back to the corner, go for another spear, but Gunther will end up like blocking it, chop him a couple times, nail him with like 2 power bombs, and choke him out. End of match.
Well, yes, that sounds fine.
That sounds like Gunther will win. That's what we
What's the problem?
That's the only way. It's all a waste. There's no storytelling involved with this.
Well, it doesn't need to be. It's a Saturday night's main event.
Oh my God, you're such.
You have to wait until SummerSlam because the SummerSlam time because that's when Sammy's gonna finally get into the picture here.
Hold on, Josh. And I don't mean this as an insult for such a big AEW fan.
Yeah.
Where your big focus is on wrestling. It's not even on storytelling. Yet now you have a match that there's no story involved really, except the seeds that they laid. What was it? 8-10 months ago, somewhere between there.
October last year.
They did lay the seeds for this, or they planted the seeds for this. It's not like this came out of nowhere. So yeah, I mean, I don't see what the problem is. What there not being a story has to do with it when all your best talent are already involved in stories.
Gunther did not have to wrestle that night. Like you said, Saturday night's main event is pointless.
Okay, but here's the thing. The question is, was Cena going to wrestle on it?
No, because you said Saturday night he wrestled at the last one, and you said yourself, Saturday night's main event is pointless. Gunther doesn't. If Cena's not wrestling, he's world champ. Gunther's the other world champ.
But he wrestled R-Truth on a Saturday night main event. My question is he? Do we know for sure if he's going to be on there? Because if he's not, then there does need to be at least one world champion wrestling.
Right, but Gunther could have been in a tag team match. He doesn't have to be in a singles match, just like Cena was on the last Saturday night's main event. He wasn't in the
But Goldberg was going to wrestle on this event.
Okay, let me ask you this. If Gunther and Sammy happens, do you have a problem with Sammy versus Gunther at SummerSlam?
Not at all.
Okay. You had a problem with it. We all did when he was going for the IC title against Gunther at WrestleMania last year.
Okay. Why did refresh my memory? Why did all of us have a problem with it?
Because we didn't believe Sammy should be the one to beat Gunther.
We
didn't see it.
At the time, who did we think should have beaten Gunther? And I'm being honest, I don't remember.
We thought it should have been Cena.
Yes, that's right. Well, last year, yeah, we did think that should have been Cena.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, I mean, my point being, we can't have this both ways. You can't be angry about one title match for one guy and then think, about the same guy with your argument about the guys who deserve it and think differently there.
Okay.
You got to be able to equate it. Now, you could make the argument that Sammy has earned it a little bit more and is in a higher kind of position, and his stock is a little bit back up. But then again, where does Karrion Kross go after that?
But you guys are saying this. You're saying that Sammy's winning because it's in Saudi Arabia. If it wasn't in Saudi Arabia, if it was in San Francisco, would Sammy win it?
No, but there's another thing. You have to. Location is one thing. Time is another. Saudi Arabia gets the Royal Rumble next year. That's when I think Sammy wins the big one. And he actually goes for the world title.
Which world title?
We'll have to see then. We don't know.
We say that all matters? Or the second, or what Bobby calls the glorified Intercontinental title?
I don't know. We have to see then. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be better if Sammy won the Rumble? Wouldn't that be a way bigger moment?
Yeah.
So timing has a lot to do with this too. And plus, if he wins the SummerSlam match, you can't really get involved in too much of a feud with Karrion Kross. Because Cross really hasn't done much to throw himself into the world contendership like at all. They got to build that up.
His contract's expiring anyway.
So get him involved with Sammy.
So he'll probably be gone unless, I don't know.
No, we don't know that. He could get re-signed. He could.
He could. I don't think he will, though. I don't think he wants to.
Nah, I don't know about that. I think if he gets involved on the show and has a chance to do what he wants, like show himself and be involved, then that could be a different thing.
It can, but we've yet, you keep, how many more backstage vignettes are we going to get with him and Sammy before we have an actual match?
I think Karrion Kross gets involved and costs Sammy his world title match.
That's probably the right call.
We'll see.
Because then you don't neuter Sami Zayn so he can win the Rumble and get another shot, because he can always say, my opportunity was, they cost me my opportunity. I didn't lose it.
If they take this a long stride toward, Sammy really trying to become the world title contendership guy, that could be a pretty fun journey to go on. Because Sammy's been looking for it for a long time and he's never gotten it.
No, he's never gotten it.
Nope.
Some would argue he deserved it more than Jey Uso.
Yeah, I mean,
some would say that
Jey Uso went back to popularity. So,
I mean, the other issue is poor Sammy was in the wrong place at the wrong time, because when he was so big, he wasn't going to lose to Roman.
He wasn't going to lose to Roman?
You mean he was going to lose to Roman no matter what?
He was going to lose to Roman.
That's what you meant. Yeah,
he was not going to. He was going to lose to Roman no matter what.
Well, of course.
At the time, and so exactly, Kenny Omega, right there.
No, Josh.
But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. We will see. I do like Sammy winning the Rumble, but again, I think he deserves the WWE Championship shot, not the other.
You don't know if Seth's not. We don't know if Seth's going to be the champ by then. This landscape could look very different by that time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You never know what's going to happen.
I watched the thing today that said it was pretty funny. Every 5 years, Seth Rollins is in a faction. Back in 2015, he was with Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. Then in 2020, he was with he was with the Authors of Pain. They were his bodyguards.
Yeah, and Buddy Murphy.
And now this year he's with Breaker and Bronson Reed and those guys. So
they haven't named that faction yet, have they?
No, not yet.
And then so yeah, we'll see what happens if he'll win the title. One of the titles, probably the WWE title.
It's the easiest path for John Cena to turn back into a babyface. Easiest path.
Unless
Here we go.
Unless when Seth Rollins goes to cash in, CM Punk gets involved and costs him the cash in.
I agree with you. I still think we need that one-on-one match.
And
I think that has to be at Mania, and Punk wins the belt.
With Seth and Punk?
Yeah.
I actually think it's going to be a rematch of last year for the title.
With Roman?
Yeah. I think it's going to be another triple threat.
I don't know.
And I think that time it's for all the marbles, or it could be.
And I could see Roman winning that one, because I do think Roman's going to get one more run.
And then you could have,
Are we ever getting that or no?
Cody versus Rock?
No, Roman versus Rock.
I don't know. I have no idea about that.
If we get it this year, I think is the last chance, because they're saying it's going to be back in Las Vegas again.
And then by that point, I think The Rock is pushing 60. And I don't know if he wants to keep, trying to go back to the ring and train while he's trying to do his movies. That could be liability.
You never know.
There.
I mean, with him pushing 60, Goldberg's 58 and he's got a world title chance. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But then again, yes. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Bob, I think you're right, though. This is like the window's closing on that awfully fast.
Yeah, I think so.
So I mean, Cody could get. What would be great is if The Rock can't make this year's Mania and it can't be Cody and Rocky, then because Cody said something about how The Rock's offer is still on the table. He's on I want your when he said I want your soul, I want you to be my champion. He said that The Rock technically didn't take that offer off the plate. No. So it's okay, so now it's still there, but if he says no again, you know who The Rock recruits, right?
Who?
His good friend Drew McIntyre.
That's good.
That could be good.
Then you take that feud to Mania with Cody and Drew. That could be fun.
That's another guy who deserves the championship is Drew McIntyre.
Drew deserves all the belts. That's the guy who deserves all the belts.
Drew he has not really had the chance to be champ in a crowd. And he did.
Well, he did it once.
With nobody there.
No,
he won the title at WrestleMania.
He won the belt for 2 minutes.
Oh God, no! A true. I want to see him with a true reign. He is so good.
The face Drew makes after he loses, after he gets cashed in on, is just the stuff of just a work of art. It's so good. Oh,
he is so good.
Yeah.
All
right. Have you calmed down, Josh?
I'm very calm now.
All right.
All right, guys. Let's end this. Where can we find you on social media? Bob, sorry.
You can find me over on my YouTube channel at Bob Loves Movies. I've actually been behind on stuff with just kind of everything going on. I've been kind of dragging my feet. I was supposed to do How to Train Your Dragon, didn't get to it. So, but I'm going to see 28 Years Later tomorrow. So hopefully I can get that out on Friday. And then you can catch me on X and Criticless. And as usual, our social media will be in the description below.
All right. Derek, where can we find you?
You just aged me 5 years with all that, Josh. So now I'm going to even have to be older on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Oh, God. We'll put you in with Goldberg.
That's how I feel like right now. My knees got destroyed after that conversation.
All right. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn. All right, guys. Thank you for that whirlwind of a show tonight. Dom Gonzalez, if you watch our show, we had a nice little call out to you tonight by accident. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.